10,000 years ago, the world was quiet in a way modern humans can barely imagine. There were no cities, no roads, no written language. The day did not begin with an alarm clock, but with light. As the sun slowly rose, early humans woke inside simple shelters made of wood, animal skins, and stone. These structures were temporary, built for survival rather than comfort. Morning was not a time for routine. It was a time for decisions. Food had to be found, water had to be secured, and danger was always present. A small group would gather, often silently, communicating through gestures and short sounds. Plans were simple but essential. Who would hunt? Who would gather plants? And who would stay behind to protect children and elders? Hunting was dangerous and uncertain. Early humans relied on stone tools, sharpened bones, and wooden spears. A successful hunt could mean survival for days. Failure meant hunger. Gathering was just as important. Edible plants, roots, berries, and nuts were collected with deep knowledge passed down through generations. One mistake, choosing the wrong plant, could be fatal. By midday, the sun stood high and exhaustion began to set in. There was no concept of lunch breaks. Rest happened only when it was safe. Water sources like rivers or streams were lifelines, but also places of risk. Predators often waited nearby. Humans were not the dominant species yet. They were cautious participants in a dangerous ecosystem. Afternoons were spent maintaining life. Tools were repaired, fire was preserved, and shelters were reinforced. Fire was one of humanity's greatest advantages. It provided warmth, protection, and the ability to cook food, making it safer and easier to digest. Losing fire could be catastrophic, so keeping embers alive was a constant priority. Children learned by watching. There were no schools, no written rules. Knowledge was transferred through observation and repetition. Survival skills were taught early because life expectancy was short and mistakes were unforgiving. As evening approached, the group slowly returned to their shelter. Food, if available, was shared. There was no hoarding. Cooperation was the difference between life and death. Social bonds were essential, not optional. Conflicts were dangerous because isolation often meant death. Night was the most dangerous time. Darkness brought fear. Predators moved silently, and humans relied on firelight to keep them away. The world beyond the flames was unknown and threatening. Sleep was light and broken. Someone was always alert, listening for sounds in the darkness. There were no stories of the future, no long-term plans. Life existed in the present moment. Survival was the goal, and tomorrow was never guaranteed. And yet, in these simple, fragile routines, the foundation of humanity was formed. Cooperation, communication, problem-solving, and adaptation. These daily struggles shaped who we are today. A normal day 10,000 years ago was harsh, uncertain, and dangerous, but it was also deeply human.